Ladies and gentlemen, John Dewey once said, "If we teach today as we taught yesterday, we rob our children of tomorrow." John also said, "Technology can become the wings that will allow education world to fly further and faster than ever before." Today, the use of information communication technology in education service provision like education has become the norm all over the world. In many of the developing countries, this seems to be something new, and many of the universities are grappling on what to do. It is no longer a luxury for a university to adopt ICT in their teaching and learning. E-learning is the new trend that the universities have taken over, even lower education have taken over, to support them in the delivery of their teaching and learning as they try to offer better services to their stakeholders, that is the students. For any university to adopt effectively e-learning, they need 4 ingredients that they need to be with at all times. The first one is management buy-in to adopt. My colleagues out there, vice chancellors and your managers, you have to get the buy-in. You have to buy into this journey of adopting ICT for teaching and learning if it is ever going to be effectively integrated within higher institutions of learning. That's the first ingredient. The second ingredient is the policy and regulatory environment. We need to have the right policies and regulations in place within an institution for e-learning adoption to be effectively undertaken. The third ingredient is the ICT infrastructure capacity. That includes both the hardware and the software. You need to be able to utilize the hardware and the software that has been put in place. Do you have a learning management system? Do you have the technologies that can run that learning management system? What other sorts of technologies that you are advancing within your e-learning journey? If it's about virtual reality, do you have the ingredients for virtual reality to take effect? Do you have abundant data for you to have that in place? The fourth ingredient is the human capacity for both staff and students. The staff and students need to be able to utilize the ICT to support them in their teaching and learning. And therefore, we need to be able to build the capacity of these people to be able to adopt e-learning. Ladies and gentlemen, this does not come easy, does not come cheap. The beginning, the curve may be steep, but along the way, in the future, the curve become really a low curve that we can benefit. Investment is high at the beginning, but the returns are huge in the future. There are so many models out there that have been utilized to support the effective adoption of ICT. And one of the best models across is the Samin model. Samin model supports the integration of ICT in the best way possible. Are you going to use it as substitution? Are you going to use it as an augmentation tool? Are you going to use it to modify whatever you've been doing? Or are you going to use it to redefine the entire learning experience? Talking about the returns on investment, there is so huge of that when it comes to adoption of ICT in teaching and learning. The ability to teach more students than you ever expect is a reality. The ability to teach ubiquitously, that is from anywhere at any time under the wish of the students and the teacher, is enormous. Talk about so many advantages out there. What we need to do is benchmark from other people that have made it. Look around the world where the world has become a global village. We have universities from across the world that are offering us education without ever stepping within Africa. And there are so many students that are following those courses. If we don't move in the same trend and be able to adopt and even offer virtual programs like those other universities across the world, the future is we shall lose a big majority of our students to those universities out there. Let's never blame anybody if we don't change, because change will change us. Our students will be trained on content that is not culturally appropriate, that is not localized to our African setting, and the only people to blame will be us. The time is now for us to adopt. All will lose out in the near future. Currently, the gap between the digital migrants and the digital migrant teachers and the digital native student is huge, but we can reduce it. Let's work together to see how we can change this arena of education with the support of ICT. I hope you and me can change this for the future of our children for tomorrow. Thank you.